In his version, he said that there were offers that were made to him, monetary offers and a ministerial position. Why would you fabricate these lies against you?
The man went on TV and said whatever he needed to say. I'm not taking away from why he did it. I don't know. He did what he had to do. Good for him.
I think the party is suffering very much at the moment. It's been through a tumultuous and traumatic period. And it's a party that I've invested my whole life into.
It was crime intelligence driven, and then we spotted the suspect. We gained access to the premises. Upon searching the premises, that's where the heroin, which is 16 kilograms, was found.
State capture inquiry. Enter stage right, Duduzane Zuma.
Morning.
It's a platform to clear his name after years of being fingered as the Gupta's go-to guy, where all roads and meetings seem to lead to the Gupta's 5 Saxonwold Drive. On 23 October 2015, what did Mcebisi Jonas say happened there?
In his version, he said that there were offers that were made to him, monetary offers and a ministerial position. Why would you fabricate these lies against you?
The man went on TV and said whatever he needed to say. I'm not taking away from why he did it. I don't know. He did what he had to do. Good for him.
Shortly after Jonas says Ajay Gupta offered him the finance ministry's top job, during a meeting Duduzane says never happened, Nhlanhla is axed.
2 months after that meeting, you have already said, agreed with me that Mr. Nene was removed and he was replaced by Mr. Van Rooyen. Was this simply a coincidence?
I believe so.
Okay.
The years of negative media reports stemming from Jonas's allegation carried consequences for him from a perception viewpoint to legal and, of course,
the political. And I think we'd all be fooling ourselves to think that there hasn't been a political play in the background.
Zuma Jr. says the court of public opinion has been judge and jury.
I'm looked at as a criminal. I'm looked at as this face of corruption. This guy that's plundered trillions out of this country, which is not the case, by the way.
The suave son of the former head of state, always making time for a selfie, says he'll remain cooperative.
I hope I don't have to see Mrs. Zondo ever again, but if I have to, I've complied and I will comply.
Duduzane Zuma, a young and successful businessman, unfairly caught in a political storm not of his own making? Or Duduzane, the fixer and peddler of influence for either his father or the Guptas as the family sought to loot the fiscus and the taxpayer? The inquiry chairperson will decide.
It's an honour, a privilege and a pleasure to be here.
Michael Apple, Johannesburg.
Dudu Mohini has known about this court case since March 2017. The SAA Pilots Association in Alta wants her declared a delinquent director, meaning she cannot hold a board position in future. But Mohini was a no-show. Instead, her lawyer, Daniel Mancha, says his client is unemployed and cannot raise money for her defense. That's odd. According to the Companies and Intellectual Property Commission, Mohini is a director on the board of 4 companies. These include the Jacob Zuma Foundation and an electricity company based in Bloemfontein. Mohini also owns 2 properties according to CIPC. Alta's lawyers were furious at the no-show.
The public's tolerance for what has happened to our state-owned enterprises has just run out.
Even Mohini's lawyer was working for free. Mancha, who withdrew his services just last month due to non-payment, but represented her in this instance as a favour.
She is experiencing difficulties as she's out of employment and she has got any source of income.
Mohini has been given a deadline of the close of business on Wednesday to prove she is unemployed and cannot fund a defence. If not, the case will go ahead with or without her. Heidi Jokos, Pretoria.
It's arguably one of the most important and powerful positions in the DA. The Federal Council chairperson is responsible for the internal running of the party. Helen Zille says she will use the position to return stability and unity to the party.
I think the party is suffering very much at the moment. It's been through a tumultuous and traumatic period, and it's a party that I've invested my whole life into.
Senior DA leaders admit the party is fractured.
The centre currently seem not holding. You need someone who can really hold the centre and ensure everyone come together and move forward, because we've got our shared values.
But one analyst believes Zille's return will not bring unity but widen the cracks. He says this also shows the party has not developed future leaders.
I think that the DA has enough competent people who can occupy that position. But for her to come back, it's an indictment. It suggests that the party has not developed good leaders.
Zille goes up against federal chairperson Athol Trollip, his deputy Mike Waters, and deputy federal council chairperson Thomas Walters. Siphamandla Koke, Durban. A catastrophe has been averted, at least for now.
I hand down the judgment.
But the Newcastle municipality's court victory comes with conditions.
First applicant is to make a minimum monthly payment to the respondent ESCOM in the sum of 30 million rand.
Municipal officials say they are relieved.
ESCOM should have agreed, because this is what we put forward to them in terms of our payment plan. What we're saying to them, let us have a workable payment plan.
Newcastle is a mining and industrial town with a population of just over 389,000. Some residents are skeptical, however, about the municipality honouring the judgment and payment arrangement.
Since it has failed in a number of times to make sure that it pays the debt. In the past, it failed to pay 25 million.
Provincial authorities say the judgment will save businesses in the area.
We've been receiving calls that there was a threat of some business people who wanted to move from Newcastle because they are not certain what's happening. So we're very happy about the judgment.
The matter has been adjourned to the 6th of December. Siphamandla Koke, Peter Maritzburg.
Sibhekane nobunzima obukhulu bokuhlala endaweni enje, saqale salethelwa itende elalimhlophe lathatha inyanga eyodwa salethelwa leli eligugile.